Have you ever wondered what it would be like to see the universe differently from everyone else? What if the person who changed science forever was once a quiet child that many people thought would never become successful? This is the story of Albert Einstein, the boy who struggled in school, the man who changed the way we understand reality, and the genius whose ideas still shape our world today. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in the city of Ulm, in Germany. Nobody could have imagined what he would become. As a young child, Einstein was different. He was quiet. He spent a lot of time thinking. Some people worried because he started speaking later than many other children. His teachers often thought he was slow, but they were wrong, very wrong. Inside Einstein's mind, something extraordinary was happening. One day, when he was still a boy, his father showed him a small compass. The tiny needle always pointed in the same direction. No matter how Einstein turned it, no matter where he moved it, the needle seemed to obey an invisible force. Einstein became fascinated. How could something invisible control the needle? That simple compass sparked a curiosity that would never leave him. He wanted to understand the hidden forces of nature. As he grew older, Einstein loved mathematics and science. Numbers made sense to him. Questions excited him. But traditional school did not. He disliked strict rules and memorizing facts. He preferred thinking for himself. This often caused problems with teachers. Some believed he would never achieve much in life. Years later, those predictions would become one of history's greatest mistakes. When Einstein was a teenager, his family moved to Italy. Later, he continued his education in Switzerland. There, he found a place where he could explore ideas more freely. He studied physics and mathematics. He dreamed of becoming a scientist. But after graduating, he faced a difficult reality. He could not find a teaching job. Months passed, then years. Einstein struggled to build a career. Eventually, he found work at a patent office in Switzerland. His job was simple. People sent him inventions. He examined them and decided whether they were original. It was not glamorous. It was not famous. But it gave him something precious: time to think. Every day Einstein sat at his desk reviewing patents, and every day his mind wandered to bigger questions. What is light? What is time? How does the universe really work? Then came the year 1905, a year that would change science forever. Einstein was only 26 years old. He was still working in the patent office. He was not a famous professor. He was not leading a large laboratory. Yet during that single year, he published a series of papers that shocked the scientific world. Scientists later called it his miracle year. One paper helped explain the strange behavior of light. Another helped prove that atoms truly existed. Then came his most famous idea, the theory of special relativity. It sounded impossible. Einstein suggested that time was not the same for everyone. Time could move differently depending on speed. The faster you traveled, the slower time could pass. This idea challenged everything people thought they knew. And Einstein was not finished. From his work came a simple equation, perhaps the most famous equation in history: E equals mc squared. This equation showed that matter and energy were deeply connected. A tiny amount of matter could become an enormous amount of energy. The world would never look at physics the same way again. At first, many people did not understand his ideas. Some scientists doubted him. Others were confused. But slowly, evidence began to appear. Again and again, Einstein's predictions proved correct. His reputation grew. Universities invited him to teach. Scientists around the world discussed his work. Then Einstein turned to an even bigger challenge: gravity. For centuries, scientists had followed the ideas of Isaac Newton. Newton's theories worked remarkably well, but Einstein believed there was something deeper. For 10 years, he worked on the problem. 10 years of calculations, 10 years of frustration, 10 years of determination. Finally, in 1915, he introduced the theory of general relativity. According to Einstein, gravity was not simply a force pulling objects together. Instead, massive objects bent space and time themselves. Planets moved because they followed curves in this warped space. It was a revolutionary idea. Many thought it was too strange to be true. Then came a dramatic test. In 1919, scientists observed a solar eclipse. They measured how starlight moved near the sun. The results matched Einstein's predictions. Suddenly, the entire world knew his name. Newspapers called him a genius. He became one of the most famous scientists alive. But fame brought challenges. Germany entered a period of political instability. A dangerous movement was rising. The Nazis were gaining power. Einstein was Jewish. As Nazi influence grew, he realized he was no longer safe. He left Germany and moved to the United States. It was a painful decision. He was leaving behind his homeland, but it may have saved his life. Einstein settled in Princeton, New Jersey. There he continued his scientific work, but another global crisis was approaching: World War II. Einstein feared that Nazi Germany might build an incredibly powerful weapon based on nuclear physics. In 1939, he signed a letter warning the American government about this possibility. That letter helped encourage research that eventually became the Manhattan Project. Years later, atomic bombs were used in war. The destruction shocked the world. Einstein was deeply troubled. Although he had not worked on the bombs themselves, he regretted how scientific discoveries had been used. He spent much of his later life speaking about peace. He hoped humanity would use knowledge wisely. As the years passed, Einstein remained curious. Even as an old man, he continued searching for answers. He wanted to find a single theory that could explain all the forces of nature. He never completed that dream, but he never stopped trying. That determination became one of his greatest lessons. Einstein died on April 18, 1955. He was 76 years old, but his ideas did not die with him. Today, satellites, space exploration, and modern technology all rely on concepts connected to his work. Scientists continue studying questions that Einstein helped uncover. More than a century later, his influence remains everywhere. The boy who stared at a compass, the student who frustrated his teachers, the patent clerk nobody expected to change history. He transformed our understanding of space. He transformed our understanding of time. And he showed that curiosity can change the world. Albert Einstein did not become great because he knew all the answers. He became great because he never stopped asking questions. And sometimes a single question can change humanity forever.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through history, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more epic countdowns. See you next time.